Airlines make over $15 billion a year from passenger fees you never see coming. While you're focused on ticket prices, they're using psychology to extract profit at every step. Today, I'm exposing 7 manipulation tricks airlines use on passengers, plus one bonus strategy that could save you hundreds. Let's start with trick number 7, the carry-on size manipulation game. Airlines deliberately use inconsistent sizing standards across different airports and even different gates within the same terminal. That carry-on bag that fit perfectly on your outbound flight suddenly doesn't meet requirements on your return journey, even though nothing has changed. The psychology behind this is brilliant and ruthless. Gate agents know that most passengers won't risk missing their flight over a baggage dispute. When they flag your bag as oversized, you have seconds to decide whether to pay the fee or potentially lose your seat. This time, pressure eliminates rational decision-making and forces immediate compliance. Here's what airlines don't want you to know about those sizing bins at the gate. They're positioned strategically where you'll notice them, and they're often calibrated slightly smaller than the official dimensions. When curious passengers test their bags voluntarily, they're giving agents legal authority to enforce penalties even for minor size infractions. The solution requires understanding the game they're playing. Never voluntarily test your bag at the gate unless specifically required. Keep your carry-on behind you and out of sight when approaching the boarding area. Choose soft-sided luggage in dark colors, which appears smaller to gate agents. If challenged about size, politely request to speak with a supervisor rather than immediately accepting the penalty. Trick number 6 involves the seat selection psychological pressure cooker. When you're selecting seats during booking, airlines deliberately show you a cabin map with most desirable seats already taken or available only for additional fees. This creates artificial scarcity and time pressure that pushes you toward paid upgrades. The truth is that airlines hold back significant inventory of regular economy seats until closer to departure. Those middle seats showing as unavailable during booking often magically appear as the flight approaches. But by then, you've already paid for a seat selection or accepted a less desirable location. Airlines also use color psychology in their seat maps. Preferred seats are highlighted in appealing colors like blue or green, while standard seats appear in neutral or slightly negative colors. This visual manipulation subconsciously guides you toward revenue-generating options. To counter this strategy, avoid selecting seats during initial booking unless absolutely necessary for medical or family reasons. Check back 24 to 48 hours before departure when airlines release their held inventory. You'll often find better seats available at no additional cost. Moving to trick number 5, the premium boarding upsell manipulation. Airlines have created elaborate boarding group systems that seem to offer convenience but actually generate massive ancillary revenue. They've trained passengers to view early boarding as a valuable privilege worth paying extra to obtain. The psychological trigger here is loss aversion. Nobody wants to be stuck in the final boarding group, watching overhead bins fill up while they wait. Airlines amplify this anxiety by making announcements about limited overhead space and the possibility of gate-checking bags. But here's the reality check most passengers miss. Unless you need to store a large carry-on, early boarding provides minimal actual benefit. You're still sitting in the same assigned seat and the plane doesn't leave any sooner. Yet millions of travelers pay significant fees for this perceived advantage. The counter strategy involves reframing your perspective on boarding priority. Pack essentials in a small personal item that fits under the seat in front of you. This eliminates anxiety about overhead bin space and makes boarding group irrelevant. If you must travel with a larger carry-on, position yourself near the gate early rather than paying for premium boarding. The next two are where the airlines make the most money and passengers lose the most. Trick number 4 exploits the complexity of airline change and cancellation policies. Airlines deliberately make these policies confusing and difficult to navigate, knowing that frustrated passengers will often forfeit tickets or pay excessive fees rather than spending time understanding their rights. The psychological principle at work is choice paralysis. When faced with multiple options, complex terms, and time pressure, many people choose the path of least resistance, even when it costs significantly more money. Airlines count on this behavior to generate revenue from policy confusion. Most passengers don't realize that airline policies often contain flexibility options buried in fine print. Weather delays, significant schedule changes, and certain other circumstances can trigger fee waivers or full refunds, but airlines rarely volunteer this information proactively. Protect yourself by understanding basic passenger rights before you need them. Document all communications with airlines regarding changes or cancellations. Know the difference between voluntary and involuntary changes, as this affects your compensation options. When dealing with policy issues, politely ask representatives to explain all available options rather than accepting the first solution offered. Trick number 3 involves the checked baggage fee psychology that goes far beyond simple revenue generation. Airlines use baggage fees as a behavioral modification tool to influence everything from aircraft weight distribution to passenger flow through security checkpoints. By charging for checked bags, airlines push more passengers toward carry-on-only travel. This creates the overhead bin scarcity that drives premium boarding sales and generates gate-checking fees when bags inevitably don't fit. It's a perfectly designed system where the solution to one fee generates opportunities for additional charges. The weight distribution argument airlines use to justify baggage fees is largely misleading. Modern aircraft are designed to handle full passenger loads with typical baggage weights. The real motivation is creating multiple revenue touchpoints throughout the travel experience. Smart travelers approach baggage fees strategically rather than emotionally. Calculate the total cost of carry-on-only travel, including potential gate-checking fees and boarding upgrades. Sometimes paying for checked baggage up front provides better value and eliminates stress about overhead space and size restrictions. Trick number 2 exploits the food and beverage captive market situation. Once you pass through security, you're trapped in an environment where airlines and airport vendors control all food options. They use this captive market position to charge premium prices while offering minimal quality. The psychological manipulation extends beyond simple price gouging. Airlines strategically reduce or eliminate complimentary food service to push passengers toward purchasing meals either during booking or onboard. They present this as offering choice and customization, but it's actually shifting costs while maintaining profit margins. Airport food courts coordinate with airlines to maintain elevated pricing throughout the terminal. This creates an illusion of choice while ensuring that all options generate maximum revenue per passenger. Even basic items like water are priced at multiples of normal retail costs. Defeat this manipulation by bringing allowed food items through security. Pack empty water bottles to fill at fountains after screening. Research airport dining options in advance to identify the best value choices. Consider airline meal purchases during booking if the price differential compared to airport food is minimal. This next one is controversial, and airlines actively punish passengers for using it. Now for trick number 1, the hidden city ticketing detection and penalty system. Airlines actively monitor booking patterns to identify passengers using hidden city ticketing, where you book a flight with a connection to your desired destination but don't take the final segment because it's cheaper than a direct flight. While this practice exploits airline pricing algorithms, carriers have developed sophisticated detection methods and penalty systems to discourage it. They'll cancel return tickets, revoke frequent flyer benefits, and even pursue legal action against repeat offenders. The psychological element involves creating uncertainty and fear around a practice that technically violates ticket terms but appeals to cost-conscious travelers. Airlines want passengers to believe the risks always outweigh potential savings, even when enforcement is inconsistent. Understanding this trick means recognizing when hidden city ticketing might be worth the risk versus when direct booking provides better overall value. Consider factors like return flights, frequent flyer status, and the magnitude of savings before attempting this strategy. Here's your bonus trick that airlines definitely don't want you to know. The seat upgrade algorithm they use prioritizes passengers based on factors beyond just elite status and ticket price. Understanding this system can help you position yourself for complimentary upgrades more effectively. Airlines consider factors like check-in timing, previous upgrade acceptance rates, social media influence, and even customer service interaction history when making upgrade decisions. Passengers who consistently decline paid upgrades but accept complimentary ones often receive priority for future upgrade opportunities. The key insight is that airlines want to fill premium cabins while training passengers to value upgrades. They'll often offer complimentary upgrades to passengers they believe will become future paying customers for premium services. To leverage this system, maintain consistent airline loyalty even at basic levels. Check in exactly 24 hours before departure, and politely accept upgrade offers when presented. Avoid complaining about not receiving upgrades, as negative service interactions can hurt future upgrade probability. These 7 tricks represent billions in annual airline revenue generated through psychological manipulation rather than improved service quality. By understanding the psychology behind these practices, you can make more informed decisions and avoid falling victim to carefully designed profit extraction systems. The airline industry has evolved into a sophisticated machine for separating passengers from their money through behavioral psychology and artificial scarcity. But informed travelers who understand these tactics can navigate the system more effectively and keep more money in their pockets. The next time you book a flight, remember these manipulation tactics and how to counter them. Your wallet will thank you, and you'll travel with confidence knowing you're not falling for psychological tricks designed to extract maximum revenue from every journey you take. If this helped you see air travel differently, subscribe for more breakdowns like this. And if you've experienced one of these tricks firsthand, drop a comment. I'm curious which one caught you off guard.